When I was 8 years old, my family owned a small vacation cabin tucked deep in the snowy mountains of Colorado. It was old, worn down, and surrounded by endless woods, but to my brother Josh and me, it felt like a playground of adventure. One winter, during a heavy blizzard, we decided to play our favorite snowball war game, building forts and hiding treasure snowballs across the neighboring empty property. Josh ran ahead to prepare his base while I waited for his whistle signal to start. Minutes passed, too many minutes. Thinking the wind had swallowed the sound, I carefully walked toward his fort through the thick snow. The property looked deserted. No footprints except Josh's, no movement, only quiet snowfall. As I crept closer, a woman suddenly called out from the house, asking if I was looking for my brother. Her smile felt wrong, forced, and unsettling. Even stranger, I noticed someone watching me from an upstairs window, their face partially hidden. Fear gripped my chest. When the woman invited me inside, panic took over. I screamed Josh's name and ran as heavy footsteps echoed inside the house. Moments later, my dad arrived, and Josh told me the same woman had tried to lure him inside earlier. The house was supposed to be empty. Police found nothing, but that memory still chills me to this day. Years later, when I was 21, another terrifying experience followed me into adulthood. My friends and I went on a skiing trip to a massive mountain resort, eager to push ourselves on advanced trails. At the top of a lift, two stunning girls approached us, introducing themselves as Taylor and Devon. They seemed friendly, confident, and oddly interested in leading us to a hidden trail called Devil's Forest. Against my instincts, we followed them through quiet, untouched snow. They offered us drinks from an unmarked bottle, and although my friends drank heavily, I barely pretended to sip. Something felt off, the way they smiled, the way they watched us. Soon, one by one, my friends collapsed into the snow, completely helpless. My heart pounded as dizziness washed over me, but I managed to stay conscious. The girls stopped pretending and casually discussed that I hadn't drunk enough. They took my friend's expensive skis and disappeared into the woods. When I followed their tracks, I spotted a van and several large men waiting. Terror snapped me into action. I turned back, helped wake one friend, and waited until the others recovered. We escaped, shaken, confused, and haunted by how close we came to something far worse than robbery. The final incident happened during a quiet winter tradition with my friends Kyle and Ricky. Every year, we would walk out onto a frozen lake late at night, enjoying the peaceful silence and glowing snow under the moonlight. That stillness always felt magical, like the world had paused just for us. But one night, that calm shattered. Far across the ice, we noticed a large, dark figure moving slowly toward the shoreline. At first, we assumed it was a bear. Then it stood upright, too straight, too human. The figure dragged something behind it, a black bag tied with a rope, and the sight sent a cold wave of fear through my body. As it came closer, we realized the figure was wearing a bear costume. Moments later, the person stepped out of it and began slamming a heavy object into the ice, as if trying to break through. The sound echoed across the frozen lake like a warning. We slowly backed away, barely daring to breathe. Suddenly, a voice shouted from behind us. Terror exploded through our veins, and we ran without looking back, slipping and gasping in the freezing air until we reached safety. None of us spoke on the drive home. The silence felt heavier than any words. Days later, a missing child report appeared on the news, matching the same timeline and area. That connection still haunts me. Maybe it was coincidence, or maybe we were closer to something unspeakable than we will ever know. Even now, every winter, when I see fresh snow and quiet moonlight, my chest tightens, because some memories never fade, and some shadows follow you long after you escape them.